Hi everyone, I'm SoftSeaside and welcome to this new video. Today I want to show you how I designed my D&D character Lunko that I'm currently playing in the side campaign right now. Their pronouns are they, he, they are non-binary and ace, and he's a bard, College of Glamour. If you play D&D, you probably know this meme of a horny bard that tries to sleep with everyone to use their high persuasion stats to solve all their problems. Not a single problem with that. I really want to play a flirty character one day. I mean, Neon was supposed to be my flirty lesbian, but then she got romantic feelings for Valtyra in session 2, so yeah, that didn't work out well. But I wanted to put a little twist into this little bard stereotype. How about a bard everyone finds hot and constantly tries to flirt with, but they're asexual and don't have any interest in anyone at all? I thought that would be a very cool and funny idea, and that's how I created Lunko. Now that we talked about the general idea, let's dive in. When I started playing D&D, I really wanted to get some character dice for Neon. Up to this point, I used my siblings' dice that came with a D&D starter pack that they used to run a campaign for their friend. So I bought these very pretty flower dice, link in the description. However, as unbelievable as it sounds, before my dice arrived in the mail, two of my friends who don't know each other had sent me the exact same dice set for Neon individually, because they knew about how much I was obsessed with D&D at that point. Now I had two dice sets for Neon and a third dice set on its way, so I thought I could use these dice for another character. I assigned these dice for my bard. I already had the idea of my ace bard in my head, and then I designed a character based on the dice. Here's my first sketch for this character. I chose white because of the transparency of the dice and blue for the flowers as their main colors. I used yellow/gold as an exit color because for some reason D&D really awakened my love for the color combination of gold and blue. So I gave my bard lots of golden jewelry and golden stitches to their clothing. Because he wore so much gold, the character is probably rich, maybe even nobility, and this influenced the backstory that I will discuss later. I am a big fan of asymmetrical designs, so I gave them this really long blue puffy sleeve. Because Neon plays the lute, I wanted a different main instrument for my bard, so I gave them a lyre. The lyre immediately made me think about old Greek statues, and therefore I gave Lunko long white clothes over the tunic. It also made them look more elegant. By the way, can I just say that I love bards? I love the idea of music being magical. I think it is because I'm an artist and I can totally relate to the magic of your craft. I'm even planning on multiclassing Neon as a bard because it fits her character development so well. Yeah, I love bards. Okay, back to Lunko. I didn't want this character to show too much skin or give them tight clothes because he cares more about being comfortable in their clothes than fashionable. They don't try to impress someone with their appearance, but they are rude all the time without any effort or desire anyway. Nothing against revealing or tight clothing, by the way, since I personally love wearing this type of clothing. I really like that idea that everyone flirts with them because they misread Lunko's actions as mutual interest or flirt attempts, while in reality Lunko really didn't do anything at all. Therefore, I gave them a neutral expression. To make them look beautiful, I just gave them some of my very specific character design quirks I really like. I gave them under eyelashes, curly hair, intense eyes, and thick eyebrows. I also gave them a big nose because I like them. I love giving my characters different noses. Big noses are cute, and we as a society should finally accept that. From there on, I developed the character more. Lunko is calm and collected, doesn't talk a lot, and has problems to understand social clues, and also doesn't care about them. Other people may interpret their behavior as rude or disinterest or even as flirt attempts, but Lunko just simply doesn't show their emotions like other people. Not saying they don't have any emotion at all, very important distinction. Lunko is otherworldly beautiful, getting a lot of attention from people even though they don't seek it. Charming people with their beauty even though they could care less, since they absolutely feel no sexual attraction to anyone. If he does speak, they speak in short and brutally honest sentences. Of course, Lunko has high charisma and needs to be a D&D race known for being hot, and because I already designed two tieflings, my favorite D&D race, I decided to make him a half-elf. It's also because I created a tsundere angry rogue half-elf character called Lunko before, but I didn't like this character idea anymore, so I shamelessly repurposed him and made him a bard. I chose the College of Glamour because of the charming options, and the choice of a subclass also influenced Lunko's backstory. Okay, let's talk about the backstory. Important notice for my D&D party, except for the DM running this side campaign. Guys, if you're watching this video, please skip to this timestamp to avoid spoilers. You will learn more about Lunko soon enough when we play next time, okay? So, Lunko's backstory. Lunko's full name is Lovandia Lorava Luncodium von Firenze. They are the child of the queen of the Firenze kingdom, a matriarchy which resides in the Feywild. Lunko was sheltered in the palace all their life by the queen and the king and doesn't have a lot of knowledge about the outer world. When the king died, they understood why their parents treat them like that. The king told Lunko that he was not their father, but that he's the child of a commoner which the queen had mingled with in the past. Trying to cover this shame, the queen hid Lunko in the palace. It could also be that she's jealous of his beauty, because their parents were always distant to him, his mother looking at them with hatred and disgust. Lunko only had one person to trust, his half-sister Livan, the future heir to the throne, who our DM for the side campaign designed. Even though their sister is loud, energetic, passionate, and the complete opposite of them, the two are very close to each other. She's the only one who treats him with respect and love, and also gave him the nickname Lunko, only used by her and himself. The two siblings often sneaked out of the palace to socialize with commoners while hiding their true identities. Livan was very popular among the commoners, and Lunko learned the magic of music on the streets, finding a passion for their life. The queen seemed to have high expectations for her daughter Livan, treating her harshly, which makes Lunko hate their own mother even more. One night, their sister Livan disappeared without any hints. The only thing Lunko found was a note saying that she's in Ferun, in the material plane, and therefore Lunko's journey to find the sister begins. I don't know a lot about the Dungeons and Dragons lore, and I don't know a lot about the Feywild either, but I love the idea that Lunko is so beautiful since they come from the Feywild, this magical and unsettling place no one understands but is fascinated with. The College of Glamour also uses Fey magic, so it's perfect. Since Lunko was not allowed to go outside and the siblings concealed their identities when they were among commoners, I gave Lunko these fingerless long gloves to hide their royal marking and gave them a Google so they can hide their face. I also just really like long fingerless gloves, body marks and hoods. But to be fair, Lunko is really honest and doesn't hide their background, so if you would ask where he comes from, you would get the truth. However, they wouldn't initiate the conversation. The earring of message they wear is a gift from the sister, so he could comfortably communicate with her without people around them noticing. Our DM associates Lunko with the moon and Livan with the sun, so the earring and the royal marking have a sun and moon motif. The lyre is just a placeholder in this reference sheet because I made this reference sheet one day before art fight started and I really wanted it to be finished. And here's Lunko's finished design. While D&D improved my character design skills, there's still room for more improvement. However, I still really like the design, even if it's pretty simple. I think it suits Lunko's honest nature a lot and it just looks elegant and fancy. I really enjoy playing them since they are reserved and don't talk a lot, especially not about their feelings. Unlike me, I feel like I learn a lot by playing them and it's just nice to play characters who are different from you. It's also my very first magic class and oh boy, it's very fun but also way more complicated than just punching people. That's it for now. How do you like the design? I will definitely talk more about Lunko in the future. If you want to find some more content about my D&D characters, you can follow me on my social media or read my D&D comics. The links are in the description. Do you also play Dungeons and Dragons? Do you play a bard or do you plan on playing one? What are your experiences? I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like or subscribing to see more. See you in the next video. Bye!